Hi, here's a little story I heard years and years ago, and I'm not entirely sure that it's true, but something about it has stayed with me because it reveals something of purpose. A young boy once caught 3 trout from a mountain stream and he placed them gently on the grass beside him. Just moments early, those fish were pure poetry, liquid silver weaving through clear water with effortless grace. But on the grass, they were still. Eyes were fixed and their bodies were gasping for air, awkward, helpless, dying on the inside. Now, the little boy wanting to help knelt down beside them and said, "Little fish, don't be sad. You'll like the grass. Just give it a try." Still no movement, no spark, nothing. A friend joined him and shrugged and went, "I don't know, maybe they could get used to it. We love playing on the grass. Why wouldn't they?" Still nothing. Then the little boy's sister ran over and cried out, "What are you doing? Put them back in the water. They can't be who they're meant to be out of the water." So the boys gently returned the trout to the stream, and instantly the water came alive again with that liquid ballet. Effortless, graceful, purpose restored. That little story, that little moment reveals something true for us. You cannot thrive in an environment you weren't created for, not even with encouragement, effort, or explanation. Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm a qualified coach, counselor, and recovering control freak. Welcome to episode 2 of Purpose Built. Last time in episode 1, we explored what makes you come alive, those wake up call moments that stir something deep on the inside of you, moments of joy, connection, wonder, conviction, moments that remind you that you were created for more than simply getting through your days. But awakening is only the beginning, because often before clarity comes discomfort. Before purpose takes form, we feel this ache deep down on the inside. And before alignment happens, we often really feel the misalignment. So today we're talking about the other side of awakening. What happens when your life doesn't quite fit anymore? When something just feels off, out of rhythm, or quietly suffocating, just like you can't take a full breath. This episode matters because sometimes purpose doesn't actually begin with passion. It begins with restlessness. It begins with whispers. Now, we often believe that passion precedes purpose, but in reality, it's the other way around. Purpose precedes passion. Purpose ignites passion. And the research confirms this. Harvard social scientist Arthur Brooks has found that people with a clear sense of purpose experience significantly higher levels of life satisfaction, emotional resilience, and overall well-being across every stage and age of life. Purpose isn't optional. It's foundational. Rick Warren puts it really plainly. He says, being successful and fulfilling your life's purpose are not at all the same thing. You can reach all of your personal goals, become a raving success by the world's standard, and still miss your purpose in this life. Success without purpose is like grass for the fish, impressive but life-draining. And when we're disconnected from purpose, we feel like those trout. We lose our spark. We end up going through the motions. It's emotionally suffocating. We're trying to fit in where we're just not meant to fit in. And this is not failure. This is feedback. I had my own fish on the grass seasons, especially my Arnhem Highway crossroads moment that I talk about all the time, where everything looked fine on the outside, but internally something whispered, "This isn't where you belong anymore." And that whisper isn't punishment, it's direction. So, what are these whispers? Well, the first whisper is the whisper of dissatisfaction. Now, we're taught to avoid dissatisfaction, to push it down, to pray it away, smile through it, or assume that it's some sort of spiritual opposition. But sometimes dissatisfaction is actually divine direction. Recent research published in JAMA Network Open 2021 found that people lacking a sense of purpose experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, emotional fatigue, and even reduced physical health. Purpose protects your well-being. So that discomfort, that restlessness, that I cannot stay here anymore feeling, it may not be the enemy. It may be God shifting you. God's grace always flows in the river of purpose. The second whisper, the second whisper is the whisper of others, other people in our life. Now, God often speaks through people long before we're ready to hear him directly. One of my closest girlfriends lights up around people. She's a natural facilitator, warm, intuitive, steady. When I gently suggested she might flourish in small group leadership or social work, she paused and said, "You're actually not the first person who's told me that, Tracy. That matters." Repeated confirmation isn't pressure, it's alignment. Feedback isn't meant to define your purpose. It's not meant to be a revelation, but it can confirm it. It can be an affirmation. The third whisper is the whisper of your gifts. Your gifts tell the truth about who you are. What are they? I have always known that math is not my natural environment. My gosh, but connection, communication, compassion, creativity, these feel like home. Your gifts are not random. They are road signs. Arthur Brooks calls this the alignment advantage, the well-being surge that comes when your strengths align with your environment. And this is where the purpose document that you can download becomes really powerful. Ask yourself, what feels natural? What energizes me? What do others always come to me for? Where does fruit grow without forcing it in my life? Your gift are seeds, but seeds don't grow unless you steward them. The fourth whisper is the whisper of your passions. Your passions are clues. What stirs you? What breaks your heart? What fills you with joy or righteous anger? What makes you come alive? Neuroscience shows that when you engage with what you are passionate about, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the chemicals tied to meaning, motivation, and connection. Your emotions are not random. They're invitations. So pray, God, show me what moves me, highlight it to me, and why. He wants you to know your purpose even more than you want clarity. Now, your purpose is never just about you. It's about what God wants to do through you. So listen to your whispers. Listen to them because purpose pursues you. And when you find your water, your God-designed environment, you don't have to force anything. You flow. Now, as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this. You were never meant to live on the grass. If something in your life feels off, heavy, or out of rhythm, it may not be a failure. It may be a whisper, a holy nudge pointing you back to the water where you were created to thrive. If you're ready to explore those whispers in a deeper way, make sure you download the Live Aligned Purpose Guide. It's your step-by-step companion to help you uncover the gifts, the passions and patterns, and the divine clues that are already woven through your story. And before you go, I'd love you to consider subscribing to this channel and let me know in the comments what spoke to you most today. Your reflections really matter. They help shape this community, and I love hearing how those episodes resonate with you. In our next video, we're going to unpack how God has intentionally designed you, the three-part blueprint of your identity that reveals why you think, feel, and function the way you do. You don't want to miss it. So until next time, it's bye for now.